Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? It's me, John, and Mama here on Coffee Time. Today is Southern Sunday lunch, and we are really cooking. We're cooking a Southern tradition. Mama's making fried chicken wings. That did happen, or going to happen right now. Yeah. So, Mama, I know she's impatient. She's wanting to hurry and get this started.
Yeah,
and move this stuff. She's going to show you how she does, and then she's going to go over there where her skillet's getting hot. Go right ahead, Mama. Show them what you're up to.
So all I'm going to do is put some more. I put in this pan I've had it marinated.
This is the marinator that's from Tupperware.
It's my wings are in here, and I put salt and pepper and what's this? Ranch seasoning over this, and poured buttermilk on it, and I've had it on all morning marinated in the refrigerator. So now I've got a cup of flour. And I'm just going to sprinkle me some more ranch season mix in my flour here. And
about half a tablespoon.
And pepper. I'm just sprinkling it so I can get some more on it. And John,
show them your lid to your marinator.
Oh, I've got it in the sink, honey.
It has a lid that goes on. You flip it back and forth, so when you're marinating your meats and stuff, you don't have to
turn them or nothing.
You don't turn them.
You turn the bowl, turn the pan.
And it don't leak.
And now I'm going to sprinkle some salt in here. And I'm going to, when I get this done, I'll put my chicken wings in here. And then I'm going to start frying it. But what I'm just going to put one in here and show you, and the rest of it I'm going to take to the stove and get it in a skillet so they'll start frying. And that's all I'm doing here. And I'm taking one breast out. I'm so used to fixing breasts. One chicken wing out of here, and I'm going to kind of let the buttermilk drip off from it and put it in here like this.
Now, this is the same thing she put in here with salt, pepper, and ranch in the buttermilk just to marinate it. So she duplicated the same thing in her flour that she's going to put on the outside.
It's all the same flavors.
And it probably marinated for about 5 hours. You can do it overnight, or an hour, or you can do it 5 hours when you first get up in the morning, or 6, however long it takes. There's really no limit on it. But
I just put it in our first thing this morning, and this is all I'm doing, is coating each wing like this, and then I'm going to put it in my skillet of grease, and then I'm going to move over here and give it over to Johnny. He's going to tell you the rest of his.
Well,
don't get that flour on your shirt, Johnny. I've got it on the...
Mama, you made a mess. I'm sure you're going to swipe and wipe a little bit.
I cleaned it up.
I'm going to make a creamy Ziti pasta salad. And this is just an English cucumber, with burpless English cucumber. I don't like to peel them all the way. I just like to get a little bit off from them. And I'm just going to halfen one way and halfen another way. Quarter it, if you will. Just like that. And then I'll just slice it up where it is. That way I've got them in little bite-sized pieces. I don't want them too thin, but I want them just right. I most of the time, ooh, you hear that chicken? I most of the time quarter stuff when I'm going to put it in a salad or something, because it's easier to eat. It's easier bite-sized. And I'm going to do probably, I don't know if I'll do all this or not, because we used a half a box of ziti, and we did boil it in butter and in salt. And you want to go heavy on your salt, especially if you're going to rinse your pasta. Now, if you're not going to rinse your pasta, don't go heavy on the salt. Just put the right amount in it. And we don't normally rinse our spaghetti, and we don't rinse our macaroni for our macaroni and cheese. We want that butter and that salt flavor that we boil it in to be in there. Now, it makes a difference. You may think, oh, it's just pasta. But that pasta flavor, that's the only chance you've got to season your noodles is while they're cooking, because you really can't season them after that, because it just doesn't hold. So that's the cucumbers. I'm going to leave a little bit there. It won't hurt. I think that's enough. And this is the tomato, just one of those that we got at the farmer's market. Just going to cut the top of him off here. He's got a little where he sit on the flat surfaces. Just going to take that off. Not worried about the peeling. In fact, I want to leave the peeling on this because I don't want it to turn to water in there. Tomatoes are very watery, of course. So when you're putting them in there, they're going to turn, whatever you're fixing, they're going to make it a lot more liquidy, especially on day 2. Now, Mama don't like them little ends there. It don't bother me. I'll eat that little end. I'll put that on a sandwich or just eat it as a piece of tomato. I figure that's just a little spot on it. Mama said, cut that off. Y'all saw her the other day tell me to cut it off. And this is just, I'm going to just dice them up. And that's all we're doing with it. What are y'all up to today? What are you fixing for Father's Day? Are y'all having a good Father's Day? We do want to say Happy Father's Day to all you fathers and like fathers and, and stepfathers and people who have just been a father. You may be a mother who's the father of the family. Sometimes you have to play both roles. I know a lot of fathers who have to be mothers too. Sometimes you have to wear more than one hat. Now I've got that ready to go. And I will put him in there in just a second. First thing I want to do is I want to go to my bowl. This is just a salad bowl. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put, I'm not going to measure for real. I'm going to tell you all what you can measure. Some of y'all like to measure. I'm going to put 1.5 cups of mayonnaise in here. And the reason I'm doing it now is because I don't want to mess up. You can put this separate, but I don't want to mess up 2 or 3 bowls. So that's about a good cup, and here's about a good half. Okay? To this, I'm going to put, I will try to sort of measure this. If you're using bulk ranch, that's, you know, when you get in these containers. If you use 2 tablespoons, that's about the equivalent of a packet that you buy at the store. Now this has gotten a little knotty in it, but that's okay. It does that when moisture. So I'm going to put in mine, now you could put 2 tablespoons. I'm going to put about the equivalent of a good 1.5 packs. So I put 3 tablespoons in mine. You can put 4, you can put 2. That's up to you. I'm also going to add some lemon pepper. Lemon pepper a lot of times is just used on chicken. Sometimes people use it on chicken and steak. I use it on both, but I also use it on vegetables. That lemony, zesty zing brings out the flavor in a lot of things. So I'm just going to do a shake of this. So I'm going to call that right there a teaspoon. And that right there, another teaspoon. So 2 teaspoons of lemon pepper. I'm only going to add this, and I'm not going to add this yet. I'm going to add this in a minute. That's just parsley, and that just brings out the flavors of other things. This is something that someone sent us. It's Spice Wellness Vegetable Super Spice Blend. Someone asked about it the other day. This is salt-free. Even though I'm going to add a little salt in here, this will control it better. This is just a spice you can use on vegetables. And it smells so good. They have such a smell to them. They're so good. And I'm going to put a good tablespoon of this in here. Like I said, there's no salt added. So that's going to be a tablespoon of that. If you don't have this, you could use any of the Mrs. Dash's, or you could just leave this out completely. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to add 1/2 cup of sweet milk, which sweet milk is just plain old regular milk. And I will measure that. I will measure that. This just happens to be 2%. You could use whole milk, 2%.
That's whole milk. What did I do? Pick up the wrong milk?
It's 2%, Mama.
I picked up the wrong milk.
Mama's picked up the wrong milk. Ours is red if it's whole, blue if it's 2%. So this is just a half a cup of milk. And that's going to help dissolve some of those powders. And it's going to give it a good liquidy base. Sort of like you would if you were just using ranch dressing. Now in here I'm just going to mix all this up together. Like I said, you can put all your ingredients in, then mix this up separate, and then pour this over it. Whatever you want to do. That's not what I wanted to do though, so. Of course, you know me. I always start out with my dressings. With my liquids, my tomato, or my tomato. I've got tomato on the brain. I'm going to put that tomato in here. I start out with my mayonnaise and my vinegar or whatever I'm using. I'm not putting vinegar in this though. Don't get confused with that. This is just a wire whisk. I just want to get it smooth. I want all that mayonnaise incorporated. As you can see, it's nice and thick. I'm going to give it a taste just to see where we're at with it. We do have a couple more spices to add, but this is good. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and add the dill now. I'm just going to put a touch of dill. Not enough to turn this into a dill dressing. Just enough to give it something where you'll go, that was good. So I'm just going to add, I'm literally just going to call this a shake of it because I don't want to turn it, dill is a strong herb. I don't want to turn this into dill dressing. So I'm just going to call that 3 shakes. You can see it just sitting there on top. I didn't overdo it. Here it is. And that's just going to give it something. And as you all know, that's what's in ranch, is dill. Okay. So there that is. To this, I'm going to add, this is just a pack of frozen peas, and this is a half a box of ziti. Ziti isn't something you always see in pasta salad, but it's those hollow tubes that hold the dressing, they hold that, and it makes for a good pasta to use for a pasta salad. A lot of times I use Rotel for the same reason, because those little spirals hold a lot of dressing. Ooh, mama. We underestimated. I've got a whole bowl of just the ziti and the peas. I'll get one in just a second.
I'm not going to be able to fry all this chicken.
You're not?
No, because my skillet won't hold it. More weight from
You think this is going to hold this, Mom? I don't believe it is, folks. I believe we're going to have to resort to a bigger bowl. Mama said, I think this salad bowl will hold it. I said, it probably will, Mama. Bring it on. Mama said she didn't know I was going to put all that junk in it. So I'm just going to stir this in and let it be getting coated. And that'll soak into that ziti. As you can see, it was a big old bowl of dressing, but it's all going to be needed. This is a beautiful salad. This is a...
You might put it in it once you get it mixed. You might put it in once you get it mixed up.
Oh, Mama.
I got you a big one. You can
Mama went to get the dish pan. Look here. Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome.
I was going to go over there and get one of those big...
Well, they ain't much bigger than the one you're working with.
The big orange one wouldn't be?
No.
I would have underestimated it again, wouldn't I, Mama? Look how good that spatula cleans. Let's get all that goodie in there. Boy, I tell you what, I feel like I'm making for a family reunion now. Mama says I might be able to put this back in this bowl. I don't know, folks. You can't put 5 pound or 10 pound of flour in a 5 pound sack, as Dolly Parton said one time. Let's set that over there. We might be able to use it, but we might not. I'm not sure. Look at that goodness. Boy, it seems like there's a lot more in there now. But I sure have got plenty of room for my stuff now. I'm going to have to get some coffee. I feel allergen. I've accepted it as a way of life. I'm going to put my tomato over here. I'm going to go ahead and put my cucumber in there. I may have to use the rest of that cucumber. I may have to resort to the rest of my cucumber. Now I'm not going to stir it every time I add an ingredient, because if I do, my ziti is going to turn to mush ziti. We don't need that. It's been a while since I fixed a pot that big. Or maybe I fixed a pot that big and was just using a smaller pot. So I'm just going to cut this tomato up in these little dices. That I've got started here. Someone asked me the other night about my knife. Sometimes y'all think I use too big a knife. Sometimes you think I use too small a one. I use whichever one's handy. As you can see, this is a tomato and this is the chef's knife, Tupperware. It's cutting right through it. Sometimes I use the serrated one, but you don't have to. Because I've done cleaned the bottom of the tomato, I can just turn it over and give it a good chop now. Get those separated. This will make it really pretty. So will these peppers I'm getting ready to put in there. Now, it don't bother me a bit to make this big of a pasta salad just for me and Mama. Because this is one thing that Mama will get out of the refrigerator and eat as a leftover. She will do a pasta salad or tuna salad or something like that with crackers for lunch. It's just that hot stuff she don't tend to go to as much, isn't it, Mama? I figured with her cold, she'd like the hot. She don't. Mama said, it's going to take a while to fix that chicken. I said, well, I can show them the pasta salad during that time because it takes me a while on the pasta salad because you got so much prep to do. Normally I could have done some of the prep, but we had time anyway. That's the difference between filming and showing later and doing live. I like the lives because y'all are on here. And most of the time I can read the comments and see what y'all are saying. Today you're a little far away and I got these allergies. And it's making it harder for me to see. I love, y'all know, because you see me use them all the time. I love these little sweet peppers. I love to use them. I love their prep. They're just easy to deal with. And you just cut those little veins out. Which these are not hot in any way. But they do have little seed pods. Mama raised peppers off the seed pods last year. Boy, that chicken's perked up and paying attention over there. Y'all hear it? With these, I really haven't discerned a flavor difference. Maybe some of y'all probably will tell me there is. But that's okay. But I just think the red, the yellow, the orange, they're just pretty and stuff. And they just make it look more like something you might want to eat. And they hold up well. This will be this pretty tomorrow. They don't... Now see, you can't beat that beautiful bright orange and that beautiful red and yellow. I was trying to cut this so it wouldn't just smash it. Wouldn't put much pressure because I don't want it to smash it down. I want them to, stay firm. That's got seeds. You got those little seeds to deal with. Mama, how did your seeds do last year?
They've been good. I raised pepper off them. I've got some started right now.
Off seeds?
Off of the summer that we used through the winter.
Were these the ones you started in the grow light?
Yeah, they're out.
Now these are store-bought. These that I'm using right now. Can y'all see what I'm doing down here? I think you can. I can see the whole board.
These are the biggest wings I've ever seen.
They are big wings, Mama.
They're huge.
Maybe you got pterodactyl wings.
They might be. I feel like Fred Flintstone over here frying.
Did y'all hear her? She said she feels like Fred Flintstone over there frying them. You remember Fred Flintstone, the big pterodactyl, the big steak he would eat? Okay, that's the end of our peppers. So I'm just going to cut them all one direction, then cut them all the other. Stack them up, make them pretty, just cubing them up. What are y'all eating today? Are a lot of y'all eating out today? Let me pull y'all closer. Y'all know what I'm doing. I want to read, see what y'all are saying. Me also, me too, on the sweetness. Hello, John and Mama. I think I got in the middle of a conversation. If you turn your peppers over and cut from the inside, it's easier to cut and dice. Well, Sherry Conrad, let's just check that out. Sherry Conrad says turn them over to the inside and they're easier to cut and dice. Well, Sherry, I think you're right. Let's try that on this one. Look at there, Sherry. They are easier. Good tip. I don't know why I like to cut them the other way. It just seems more natural. But you're right. They do cut a little easier. Yes, ma'am. Unless you want milk to drink with your lunch. Sherry, thank you. That is very helpful, folks. Turn those peppers slick side down, and you can cut that inside a whole lot easier, and it cuts right through that outside. Now, here's the thing, Sherry. Remind me next time, because I'll be doing the same, going back to my same old habits, if I ain't very careful. Sometimes I learn and retain. Sometimes I just move right along and I'll think, oh yeah, somebody told me that one time and I used to do it. May not even put all these peppers in there. You don't want to overpower it with pepper, but I do want the variety of all the colors. But I'll put these in a Ziploc bag, put them in omelets, put them on sandwiches. These are wonderful anyway. I'll roast them in the oven. You can do anything with these little peppers. I buy these about every time I go to the store. I think Mama's going to put the bag up. But they're just the little ornamental peppers that come like this. Sherry, thank you. That's a lot easier. Y'all see me doing it the other way. So remember what Sherry told you? That's all there is to it. We'll just get those right over here. You can do this to peppers if you have a lot of them. Put them on a sheet pan, put them in the freezer, flash freeze them separately. By that I mean to spread them out on a sheet pan, flash freeze them, and then bag them up and put them in the freezer, and you can keep them for next year. It's a really beneficial little trick. Now, because I got a bunch of yellow and orange and they all look the same, I definitely want to use all my red. So I'm going to pull them over there where I can cut them good. I'm going to put the yellow over there. I may save some of these right here for an omelet. Because as everything else, once you dice it up, cube it up, it's starting to make a bigger pile than I really think I need for the pasta. Sherry, now that I've got spoils of cutting on the inside, some of these are turned the wrong way, and I can feel it. There's definitely a difference. I froze y'all. Well, Lord, I got rid of y'all. Now I'm frozen up. What's going on? Come on, John, get it together. Okay, here we are. It says, burgers and fries at your house. Now that's a good Father's Day lunch, especially on the grill, because I bet you fathers all over the United States anyway, right today, are grilling. Probably the family's prepared a lot of the sides, and he's on the grill, because that's just what we normally do, seems like. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from any of you ladies out there, because I know you all can grill too. But it seems like dads like to grill. And ladies, take full advantage of that. If they're going to grill for you, let them. Alright, into our big swimming pool here. This little bit of pepper. I could probably add the rest of that and it wouldn't make too big of a difference. Let's stir it up and see what I need, okay? I'm going to add a little bit of red onion. Just enough for a little bit of flavor. This is something that we had left over. Now what I'm going to do is put it up here, and I call this getting a clean cut. And I know it may be a little wasteful, but I just go and I cut the end off that onion, throw it away. Just throw that piece away. And now look how pretty. You got a clean cut. I'm going to go ahead and take this stuff off, the outer hull. I leave it on there when I first do it because it does tend to hold it in a little better and keep it a little fresher. But then after it gets down to over halfway here, I'll go ahead and take all that off. Now I'm just going to do one good cut like this, a semi-thick. Still going to have that much left there. Go ahead and cut that root end off now. Nice clean piece. Gonna put him back in this bag. Because Mama's not crazy about onion, that's all I'm gonna put in it. Just that piece right there. Mama, you still over there? You ain't said a word.
Yeah. Frying these pterodactyl wings.
Mama's calling them pterodactyl wings. Now what I do here on this onion, I just cut it in half, stack it on top of each other. This is just two halves. Stack it on top of each other, and then I basically just cut across, or I'll go around in the half circle. But basically when you're cutting it across, you're still getting those little pieces. And then when you get to the very end where this circular is, then just turn it as you go, and you're going to get nice little chunks. Now that's going to be plenty of onion for this big old bowl. Mama, you want some without onion? No. No, you're okay?
Yeah.
Then I'll just go through it a couple of times. Red onion is not like a lot of onions, but now they can be strong. Vidalia is a good way to go with sweet onion, but this will give you a little bit of flavor. A little bit of, something there. But do what, Mama?
Color.
Little color. Now next, these are black ripe olives. Now this is a pull-off tab can, but I'm going to still open it this way because you still have sharp little edges when you pull off those tabs. Plus you got that little loose tab running around. Who knows where he's going to end up when you go in the garbage can. So I'm just going to quickly unseal it with this can opener from Tupperware. These are whole black olives, so I bet there's some more chopping in my future. What do y'all think? You just put the little bird beak up there and pull him up, and he's open. See, now that is no sharp edges of any kind, and it's safe for your pets, safe for the garbage people, and there's no sharp edges there either. So on this, I'm just going to get these olives out, and I'm going to give them a little chop. Don't want a whole olive in there. You can do whole olives. Now I'm not draining them before I do this, because if there's any left, I want to store them in the juice. Not in the can, but I'll put them in a Tupperware container, and then I'll just store them in that juice. Because I don't know if we want all the olives.
No, we don't. I don't like olives.
Mama don't like black olives. This will just be fewer for her to have to pick out. Sometimes I have to put a few things in there that Mama don't like, or we wouldn't have much in anything. Because Mama just don't care for a lot of extras, do you, Mama?
No.
But she's okay with it, as long as she can pick it out.
I can eat a few things, but I don't overturn.
And sometimes she accidentally eats something she don't think she likes, and she ends up liking it. Don't you, Mama?
Oh, yeah.
Something not long ago, I forget what it was, she fixed, and I said, "Are you wanting that?" And she said, "Yeah, I like it pretty good." It was something she used to wouldn't eat. And y'all seen her putting that red pepper flakes in that honey mustard dressing the other night. Now, if I'd done that, people would have said, "Mama don't like that. You're making it too hot." But now Mama will use it when it comes to that honey mustard. Won't you, Mom?
Yeah. I like it pretty good.
You can see this is really no big deal. It don't take long to slice these. I like black olives. I like calamari. I like all of them. I like olives, period. The only ones I ain't crazy about are the ones that aren't seeded. Just putting a little bit of these in here for some color. Now I'm going to put a can of whole kernel corn in here. Whole kernel corn is a good additive for a lot of things. I use it in chili. I use it in lots of stuff. John, you don't have that on there, right? I use it in chili. I use it in coleslaw. I'll add a can of whole kernel corn to a lot of things. It's just a good staple because I think the sweetness is good, the texture's good, the crunch is good. You can't beat it when it comes to putting something extra in a salad or cornbread, or it's just a good little additive. Now you do want to drain this because I'm going to use the whole can. Better put that back on there so I can drain it. Gonna just drain him right over here. Drain little corn. Boy, there's more water in there than you'd think. Okay, just gonna put him straight in there out of the can. Now look how pretty it is too. Whole kernel corn just adds a little extra something in color. I'm going to use that to put them pepper toppers in there that I've strung everywhere more. Fixing to get in trouble for my workstation. I can already tell. If that chicken went all the way over there, I'd already been in trouble. Ain't it the truth, Mama? I see you lay this over here. I suppose that's for me. We have just fallen in love with these biscuits, and they are from our store, and they have got a little dab of honey in them. Now I don't know if y'all can find them. These would come from Save-A-Lot. That's what Mama don't like, because they just blow up. These have got honey in them. Flaky honey butter jumbo biscuits. We use them for rolls, and they're very, you can see our can, but they're very akin to a roll, aren't they, Mama?
Yeah, they're very good.
Which makes them even better because they're easy, but you don't have to worry about rising and all that good stuff. When you make homemade rolls, sometimes there's a little bit of trouble to it. This is just parsley, and I'm just going to put what I want to in it, so you do the same. Going to put about 2 tablespoons in this, and that's just going to be a little parsley. Just sort of accentuates the other flavors, brings them all out, makes them taste good. So there we are, folks. Look at that big old bowl, and look how pretty it is. Now let's just stir it up, see what we get. This would be perfect to take to a 4th of July picnic or to a family reunion. Mama, we can make this bowl right here for 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
I love a creamy pasta salad. I like a good Italian dressing pasta salad too. But I guess my favorite go-to is something like this with creamy, with different vegetables and different flavors and different colors. Now that's pretty. I don't care who you are. Look at that yellow and that peas and that black olive sticking out there, and that red tomato and that ziti and that cream sauce. It's good and good for you. Yeah, probably fairly good for you. We'll say that. We'll say that. And I'm gonna put those peppers in a Ziploc for an omelet. Omelets are easy to make in our omelet maker. You just put your eggs in there and whatever extra you want. Chopped, like those peppers chopped up will be excellent just to throw in there. And they're easy to get to, and they're no problem. I could have put the rest of that cucumber in there, but I might slice it up on a sandwich sometime. Mom, would you take my corn can?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll put it in the garbage because I've got some more garbage here. A little pile. A little pile. It's all piling up. Mama is 110% on cleaning as you go. And I find myself doing the same thing. I don't like it to pile up, and I don't like it to get too much. Mommy, let me put this rest of this cucumber in here just because I have it. Look at it here. What do y'all think? Should I add some cucumber? There ain't much in there, I guess. We've got another one in there. I'll slice it up if I need it. I'm not going to eat any sandwiches anyway, except tomato sandwiches. Sorry I can't see your all's comments right now. It's either cook or comment. It's hard for me to do both. For one thing, I get lost here, and for another thing, it's so far away, and these old eyes can't see it. No cukes? Yep. Cindy, it already had some in it, and I'm putting more. Those are a little thick. I know you're not supposed to cut this way. I usually cut them on the cutting board. I'm like Mama. Lots. I don't know what you said. I got those a little thick. Yep, we always got a little cuke if we can get a cuke. Mama loves these. They're burpless. They're the English cucumbers. I enjoy them too. They're my favorite. Mama grows some in the garden. Oh, you got burpless ones this year, Mama?
My plants died out.
Huh.
I did have some, 3, but they died out on me in this weather. I try to water them, but it...
The weather has been brutal in the garden in the past 2 weeks. We had a real dry spell, and then we had a real wet spell, and then we've had a real hot spell. Everything got really wet for about a week. We had rain every day. And then we went from that to pretty dry. We started watering everything, and then this week has just been, well, y'all been here.
I watered, but it's been so hot through the day, it's just more or less like cooked it.
It cooks them. I find watering at night works out better. There's less evaporation, plus there also, it doesn't heat as much. So we always have watered at night. If you're one of them farmer types that gets up early before the sun comes up, You could go out and water them, but you're still going to have more evaporation because it hasn't dried as much as it does overnight. Plus, your plants don't have those 6-8 hours to just sit and absorb the water. But on that note, there are some things that you shouldn't wet their leaves at night because it could cause fungus, like some roses and stuff. So roses probably need to be watered in the morning. We water ours at night just because I can't get out there in the morning to do it, and I'd rather do that is to starve them out of water. And so far, knock on wood, we've not had any trouble with black fungus or anything on our roses this year. Mama, do you think this will go back in that plastic bowl?
I don't think it will. I don't think it.
Now, folks, I promise you, this is a half a box of ziti, 1 can of corn, 1 bag of frozen peas, and that was just the small steamer bag. I just popped open a steamer bag, so it wasn't even the big old bag of peas. It mounts up. You see 1 tomato, half a can of black olives, 1 can of corn, a cup and a half of mayonnaise. It mounts up in a hurry. Now there you can see the cucumbers a little better. Can y'all see? Is that light bad? As you see, our bowl, it will hold in a little bit more. So if you had a family reunion, this would be a great thing to take. Look at that. But I ain't a bit worried about this pasta salad because I will be happy to take this for my lunch and get me some club crackers and have that, or even eat that for supper. And you tell me it wouldn't be good with a bologna sandwich. Pasta salad with a good bologna sandwich. Most of the time in the summer, we keep a good pasta salad in the refrigerator, just so we'll have something to eat with those quick sandwiches. Mama, how's the chicken going?
It's a going, but I don't know about it. I've never had one so big and look like this before.
You ready to take them up?
No, I've let them stay in there long
Why?
because they're so thick.
No, take them up. Let's temp them. They'll get all that grease in them. They look good. I gotta see what y'all are up to. Can you watch the beginning of the video? You can rewatch this one, replay. All of our videos are live, so as soon as we stop, you can go back and replay them. If you sometimes, like, if you hit replay too soon, it won't show you but just a little clip at the end. But you can go to the page and find the video and watch it there. But then later on, they'll put it on the feed and it'll all be there. Thank you for sharing. Y'all are so gracious to share. Our page is growing, our numbers are going up, and we're so glad. And it seemed like last week I had several of y'all PM me and say, we just found you. Where y'all been? We've been here. We're glad you found us. We're glad you're tuning in, and we're just so happy to have you. But we've been here. May was 2 years. So Coffee Time with John and Mama is going. It's over 2 years old now. June. We're working on our 3rd year. So we're glad to have you. We're glad you're a part of us. If you are new, Coffee Time is not really a cooking show. In the beginning, I didn't do any cooking. It's just a time, and the reason I call it Coffee Time is it's not about the coffee, it's more about the time. And it's just a time to take a coffee break from the world. And that's all we want to be. A positive little clip in your day where you can just come on here with us, sit around the table here, and talk and enjoy the day. We don't do any controversy. We ain't interested in no arguing. We're not interested in any negativity. We do address major situations going on in the world sometimes, especially when they're, tragedy and people are needing prayer. But we just simply want to enjoy a little bit of time and drink some coffee or drink some tea or Coca-Cola or Pepsi or just a bottle of water. Whatever you want to drink, and enjoy a few minutes of just positive and good times. My
goodness. That looks like a wash tub full of salad.
Mama, you're the one brought it in here.
Well, I was in a hurry to get a big bowl, and I couldn't.
Mama runs from the camera.
Didn't have time to think about the right size bowl and stuff.
Mama likes Coffee Time, loves to be on here with y'all, But she don't like to do a lot of talking, do you, Mama?
No, I'm not. I'm not that well versed in talking with everybody.
But you're a little shy.
And when I'm cooking though.
Mama's one track lady now. She will not talk and carry on. She's not a talker when she gets to cooking.
No.
You ready to take that up, Mama?
Well, I'm going to check the temperature on them.
Yeah, let's have that chicken. What else are we having with it? Mashed potatoes and pasta salad?
Yeah, and okra.
Oh, fried okra. Frozen okra? Or homegrown okra?
Now this is a frozen breaded okra.
Okay, frozen breaded. That's what we've gone to. We used to graze okra, freeze it, flash freeze it, bag it up, bread it, do all that. Mama found some that she likes pretty good. It's frozen. So that's a shortcut we don't care to take, isn't it, Mama?
Yeah.
What's that chicken saying?
It's not saying nothing. It says cluck, cluck, cluck.
Mama's turned into a comedian today. What's the temp, Mama?
It's all different temperatures from 76 to 198.
Well, we'll take the 198 pieces.
166, 171.
I think those are all good.
I know what you ain't done is the deviled eggs.
Oh, well, hand them over here. You take the chicken, and I'll take the eggs. It won't take me but a flash to make deviled eggs. You've put everything up, Mom.
Huh?
You put everything up.
I put everything up.
Did you forget about the eggs?
No, I hadn't forgot about them.
But you put all the mayonnaise and the ingredients up. The ingredients are very simple for our deviled eggs. Y'all probably are tired of seeing me do deviled eggs, especially around the holidays. I do a lot of deviled eggs in the holidays. But they're good on a Sunday lunch too. No problem at all with some good deviled eggs.
Is that all you need, a squirt of mustard, right?
Just a squirt, Mama. Alright, I'll point y'all down here. Y'all can see the deviled eggs again. All I do, Mama, you can put them on a plate or platter, or where are you going to put them on?
Well, I did have an egg platter, but I ain't got it now.
These eggs looks like they didn't take to peeling too good.
They didn't feel good. I peeled them this morning and they didn't feel as good.
And we put salt in our water. Some people put different things. We do have egg platters, but
I didn't find
Mama says she ain't feeling with that mess. Just use this platter right here, and we will.
It's just this.
Just us, no fancy platter. Now, if this was a special occasion, Mama probably wouldn't even use these eggs that didn't peel good, but we don't care.
They'll eat.
They'll eat. That's an old saying, all these parts. Most people say that. It'll eat. Or it'll ride. If you say something like that, that just means it may not be the best, but it'll get you there. It may not be the best eggs, but they'll eat. Now, what am I doing? I'm dropping these egg yolks in this Ziploc bag, and I'm going to show you a quick, easy way to make deviled eggs, fill them, and everything. This one's... Just slice them in half. Put your yolks in a Ziploc bag. You want a Ziploc, something that'll zip at the top, because you're going to be doing some mashing here in a minute. Now, if you're one of them people who make deviled eggs and you run out of stuffing before you run out of egg halves, I'm going to show you a little trick to that too. So you see here is my halves over here on this platter. Here's my yolks in this bag. Now I'm going to make them all in this bag just for simplicity. And I can just throw this away and I don't have to worry about any bowl, spoon, fork, dipper, nothing. So I'm going to put this in here. Now watch this little trick. Now I'm going to amaze some of y'all. And some of y'all are not going to believe it. And some of y'all are going to question it. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to put a whole egg in there. And that's going to give me more filling. And I know some of you are sitting there right now saying, oh no, John, I wouldn't want that white in my yellow eggs. It just won't look right. Ew. Why are you doing that? I'm going to show you. So you see that whole egg in there, and it's going to stretch my filler. It's going to stretch it out. I could do 2 or 3 whites in there. I could do 2 or 3 whole eggs in there, depending on how many you're doing. Say you're doing 12 or 15 eggs, you might want to put 2 or 3 in there. Thanksgiving, a lot of times that does come up in families because, hey, you got families and they're going to eat 2 or 3 deviled eggs apiece. I promise you. And if you got kids there, they're going to eat 2 or 3 apiece too, because kids love the deviled eggs. Now what putting that egg in there does is it stretches this filling out, and I'm going to have plenty to fill all those. I'm not going to come up and have to worry about it, or not put so much in them to start with and worry about that mess. And that white is not going to show. You're not going to see it in there. Nobody's going to know that you put it in there. Nobody's going to know. That's just the good thing about it. Only you, the cook, is going to know how you got so much delicious yellow yolk filling to put in all those wonderful deviled eggs. So all you Doubting Thomases out there who said he has just lost his mind, he never will be able to hide that white in that egg. See there? It's just all filling now. It's just all filling. And that's all we was wanting. Some extra filling for our egg. And you can, like I said, you can do as much as you need to get as much as you need. Now, I don't want them to be soupy in any way. I want them to be just right. We use pickle relish, sweet pickle relish. You know, some of y'all don't like that, and you want to just use sweet pickles chopped up, or you make your own, and that's fine too. We just put enough in there. I don't want it to be too soupy, but I do want a little bit in there. You can do this to your taste and your liking, of course, like everything else, because that's what cooking is all about. If you have a recipe, we call that the rules, but we always break the rules. That's a little black pepper right off the table here, straight out of the shaker. And I'm going to put just a little bit of salt. Just a shake, not much at all. Now, I'm not going to put tons of mayonnaise either. You don't have to have it. I want just enough to make it creamy and make it good. This we're going to call a tablespoon of mayonnaise, and I'm going to put a little bit more. We're about out of Dukes. We've got some other in there. I don't know if it's Dukes or not. This is just a little bit over a tablespoon. It's not usually this hard to get out, but we're down to the bare walls here. Down to the bare walls. And I'm going to put a squirt, and when I say a squirt, that's what's getting. One little squirt. About the size of a dime. And then I'm just going to seal it up, zip it up. And I'm going to mix it up just like I did a while ago. This is easy, it's quick, it's clean. You don't have to worry about, if you did it the other way, you'd have to have a fork to mash up the yellows. You would have to have a spoon to get out everything, and you'd have to have something to stir it with, and then you'd have to use I always use a small teaspoon to fill them with, or put them in a piping bag. Now you can still put them in a piping bag, and if this is a holiday egg, you can drop a starred point inside of here, put a little hole down here and pull it out. Sometimes it works. You can even, if you plan ahead, you can use a coupler on it, but most of the time I don't do either. What I do, that's good and mixed up. You can see there, and there's no mess, no problem. I just pull my corner up there and clean it. Clean it just like that. Just pressing everything down. And now I'm just going to take my knife and I'm going to cut the tip of this off. Just like that. Let's scooch over here where you can see. And then I'm going to take my stuff from the bottom and just pull it up. Now that air will come out of there where I cut that little tip off. I may have to re-clean it again and pull it up, but right now this will work. And then all I'm going to do is just very quickly round it around. Round and around where she goes. Now see, I don't have to worry about am I going to have enough because I got a whole egg extra in there. I'm just going to come right around. Just like that. Now you can then drop your olives on there or your paprika or whatever you want to do. Probably won't do any of that today. I normally put paprika on them. It makes them even prettier. I don't know, Mama, how you feel about paprika? You like it or you don't like it?
It's all right. I just don't like large amounts of it. A little bit on the eggs I can do.
Do you want it on here or not?
It don't matter.
Well, if you want it, I'll get it. If you don't, we won't. See, I've still got plenty left here. And this is easy to feel. You don't have to pick the eggs up. If you're in an egg tray, you only have to touch them. Now, I'm having to touch these every once in a while because they're spinning. Now, as you can see, I super loaded them. That one just fell off, but that's okay. I'm not going to try to... As you can see, I super loaded them. Look at that one. I super loaded them, and there's plenty left. And look how full those are, because I had a whole extra egg to play with. Put that in garbage. We won't use him. Ain't much you can do with it, unless you got egg salad coming. And that's eggs in just a few seconds there. You've seen how long it took, and imagine if I wasn't talking and carrying on, it could have been even quicker. Okay, that's deviled eggs. Easy way. Brenda, thank you for sharing. I froze y'all up. Boy, did I ever. Whatever is left, I squirt right in my mouth. Janice, you can do that if you want to.
Whip these up.
I will whip the potatoes, Mama.
I've got it done, I think, just that cream I put in there.
Mama's already got cream in here, and she's already mashed them up. So I'm going to just finish them up. You put salt and pepper, Mama?
Yeah.
You've seen us do this a bunch of times too. Just good old mashed potatoes. Remember, I tell you, I always make them a little bit thinner than you want to serve them, because they're going to thicken up right before your eyes. So see how thick those got? You couldn't see it, but I could feel it. And they thickened right up. That's what Mama had that extra cream in there for. See, they're holding their shape instantly.
Seems like I've been cooking for a long time today.
Well, it's almost 2 o'clock, Mama. Maybe we have been cooking a long time. I've been making pasta salad a long time. I didn't put paprika on those. I guess you're okay with that or not? Okay, Mama, bring on them wings. Them pterodactyl wings.
They are pterodactyl wings. They were so big I couldn't fry them like wings usually do. They would have never got done.
Well, we're going to have chicken.
And that's just half of the chicken wings.
That's half of it? Oh, you froze the rest?
No, I left them in the marinara sauce and put them back in the refrigerator.
Oh, so you got more to fry?
Yeah.
Mercy, Mama. Look at that beautiful chicken, folks. Now, that's Sunday special right there. That's Sunday as you ever seen it. And there's the mashed potatoes, deviled eggs. Look at that okra. Now this okra, I don't normally touch with my hands, but I'm going to show y'all. See, it's good. It's a good frozen. Some of y'all probably are using frozen okra, but that is good okra, and it's easy, and we don't have to grow it. Look at there's the pasta salad ready to go, and look at them biscuits. Now those biscuits resemble rolls when you taste them because they got that honey in that butter on them. Hi, John and Mama from Michigan. Hey, Calla, how are you? What's for dessert, Sandy?
Nothing.
Plain old nothing, Mama said.
Fruit or something.
Fruit. We might chop up an apple. I'm going to show y'all a little applesauce that we like to do sometime. And it's good all summer long. I may show you that one night this week for something quick and easy. Are you ready to eat, Mama?
I like everything but the gravy, but we'll just have to do without it. It takes
Was you going to do gravy?
Well, I usually do, but I want today. We'll just...
You want to do
We've
gravy?
got so much... Take too much time on pasta to do everything else.
I think she's throwing stones at my pasta salad. Mama, are you saying?
You made a wash tub of it. Did you get an apple?
I did, and I got you one too, but...
And I'm getting more. That's hoggish.
Mama, do you want gravy? I can make gravy.
No, that's all right. We're through. We're ready to eat. It's been a...
Well, let's bless it, and then we'll eat it, Mama. I'm having coffee. What are you having? Cocoa Zero?
A little bit left in there.
Coffee with Sunday dinner is special. It's extra good. Let's bless it, Mama.
Oh, yes.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful meal. We thank you for these precious hands that prepared it, dear Lord. We just thank you for all your love and your mercy and your grace, dear Lord. And we just want to ask you to bless all the fathers who are out there, dear Lord, and bless all those who've been like fathers to people. And dear Lord, there's prayer requests out there, and there's spoken and unspoken. We just pray that you'll touch each and every one of them in your time and your glory, and the way you would have it done. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, folks. Mama, we going to eat, or you want to let these folks go since we've had them on here an hour?
Whatever you're ready to do, I'm ready to
Well, let me
eat.
fill up your plate. You can see what we blessed it. You can eat. More?
No, oh, no.
How about pasta salad that took up too much time and knocked you out of your gravy?
No. Probably didn't.
I can make gravy, Mama.
No, just a little bit of that.
Just a little bit of this hot mess.
Uh-huh.
You don't like it?
Yeah.
Have you already decided, Mama?
No, I ain't decided.
Sometimes Mama decides.
Yeah, I do. If it don't look the
Mama
same,
decides, I ain't going to like that. And guess what? She don't.
I won't give it a chance.
She won't give it a chance. Once she decides, like, maybe a hot fish casserole. Oh, she done decided, folks. She ain't going to eat that. Well, I will tell you that pasta salad's quite heavy.
I could tell the way it sat down on the bar.
Well, it's in a wash tub, as you said.
It surely is.
Mama, there's you a little egg.
Thank you. And there's your...
I'm going to get this double stuffed egg.
Oh, I see.
Because it's a mess. Look at
I see
it.
how you're working it.
Look at it.
I need to get a piece of chicken. Well, I started saying I don't want a great big piece, but I guess...
Mama, you need a big old piece.
I'll
Look
take
at all
it.
that cooking. Now, I'm going to show you all this. Look at that piece of chicken, folks. That's a wang. That could be a pterodactyl wang.
I said I was frying pterodactyl wings.
Pterodactyl
If I'd have
wings.
folded them up and fried them like wings, they'd never got done in the middle there.
Do you all like wings? They are quite tasty. Mama, can you hand me a biscuit roll?
I done did.
Oh, well, I'll just eat this one on my plate then.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Give it a taste, Mama. Let them know what it tastes like, and then we'll let them go and enjoy their evening. They've probably been putting up with us. This has been a long fixing and mixing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it everything you thought it would be, Mama? That crispy is so good on there. It's on there good.
That's real good.
Oh, Mama, that chicken's good. I'm gonna try this pasta. I feel pressure now. It has to be better than gravy.
It's I got a cucumber, huh?
Cucumber hunk.
Mm-hmm.
You mean I didn't cut them small enough? I forced them.
It's good.
Delicious, isn't it?
Yeah.
what I like about it is you get that burst of all those vegetables, and they're so tasty. Of course, your mashed potatoes is great. And I always like to pair my mashed potatoes with a good piece of okra. Delicious, Mama.
I didn't think it would have time, but the flavors has really blended good in the pasta salad.
They have. And they'll blend and blend and blend some more. So we'll be eating that through Wednesday of next week. Folks, y'all have a great evening. Enjoy your Father's Day. If you're watching this later, I hope you already have enjoyed it. Get you a big wash tub, make you some of that pasta salad. And if you can't eat all of it, maybe make it for the neighborhood. Give everybody a little dish of it. We're going to get out from here. We're going to say you all have a great day. Find you something good to eat and make you some memories. Enjoy your Father's Day. Enjoy your Sunday. And the weather is nice. And I got an alert a while ago that cooler temperatures were on the way for the night. But I think warmer temperatures will come back next week.
Back up in the upper 90s.
Ooh, Mama, you need to pick a real hot day so you can work in the garden all day that day.
I know it.
Now, don't you get out there when it's cool.
I wouldn't think of it.
Don't you do it, Mama. Say goodbye, Mama.
Goodbye, Mama, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.
And happy Father's Day. Bye, y'all.
Happy Father's Day.